Nothing says healthy marriage, like your wife announcing she's attending her high school reunion with her ex-boyfriend. Just as friends, Laura assured me that Tuesday morning, stirring her coffee with the same mechanical precision she used to dismiss my concerns about everything else in our 7-year marriage. Trust me, David. Mark and I are ancient history. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel, so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. Ancient history. Right. The same ancient history she'd been texting until midnight for the past 2 weeks, giggling at her phone like a teenager while I pretended to watch Netflix beside her. I'm David Carter, 37, owner of a digital marketing agency that somehow survived the pandemic and my wife's complete lack of interest in my success. Laura teaches elementary school, which means she gets summers off to find herself, usually in the company of people who knew her before she became Mrs. Boring suburban wife. Have fun, I told her, already planning something far more interesting than sulking at home. The moment her Honda pulled out of our driveway, I grabbed her laptop. Password, Mark Phillips, 1987. Subtle as a brick through a window, the messages made my stomach turn and my anger crystallize into something sharp and focused. Mark. Can't wait to see you Saturday. Let's relive the good old days. Laura. I've been thinking about us a lot lately. David doesn't understand me like you did. Mark. Booked us a room at the Marriott, just in case we want to talk privately. I screenshot everything, then called my business partner Tom. She's cheating, I said without preamble. Jesus, Dave, you sure? Hotel room sure. Want to help me crash a reunion? Tom laughed. What did you have in mind? Remember Vanessa Turner, Laura's old rival? The hot redhead who always hated Laura's guts? Oh, this is gonna be good. I found Ness on Facebook within minutes. Still gorgeous, still single, still living in town. Her profile picture showed her at some charity gala, looking like she could buy and sell half our graduating class. David. Hey Ness, long time. Want to help me give Laura and Mark a reunion they'll never forget? Her response came back in seconds. Hell yes. When do we start? Ness lived in a restored Victorian downtown, all hardwood floors and expensive art. She answered the door in designer jeans and a silk blouse that probably cost more than Laura's monthly salary. David Carter, she said, looking me up and down approvingly. You got hot. You got rich. Investment banking. Turns out being ruthless pays well. She gestured me inside. So, Laura's finally showing her true colors? I showed her the screenshots. Ness's smile turned predatory. That little liar. She always wanted what I had, including you. What do you mean? Senior year, after Mark dumped her for Jennifer Walsh, Laura asked me if you were dating anyone. When I said no, she made me promise not to tell you she was interested. She never said anything to me. Because she was holding out for Mark to come crawling back. Which he did, right before graduation. She dropped you like a bad habit. Ness poured 2 glasses of wine. I always wondered what would have happened if she'd actually gone for you instead of chasing that loser. The pieces clicked into place. Laura had always been settling for me, waiting for her chance to trade up to her real love. So what's the plan? Ness asked. We show up together, make them think we've been secretly together this whole time. Let them wonder how long I've known about their affair. I like it, but let's make it bigger. Ness pulled out her phone. I still talk to half our graduating class. Want to make sure everyone sees Laura's little scandal? We spent the next 2 hours crafting the perfect revenge. Ness would pick me up Saturday night. We'd arrive fashionably late, when everyone was already there and sufficiently drunk. She'd wear the red dress she'd worn to senior prom, the one that made every guy in school forget their own dates. I'd wear my best suit and play the role of mysterious husband who'd been playing a longer game than anyone realized. One question, I said, as I prepared to leave. Why are you helping me? We barely knew each other in high school. Ness smiled, and for a moment, I saw something vulnerable beneath her polished exterior. Because Laura always acted like she was better than everyone else. And because... She hesitated. Because I had a crush on you senior year. Laura knew it and went after you anyway, just to prove she could. She never went after me. She flirted with you for weeks, got you interested, then ghosted you for Mark. Don't you remember? You asked her to prom and she said she was focusing on her studies. The memory hit me like a punch to the gut. I'd been 17 and stupid enough to believe her. She's been playing games with you for 20 years, David. Time to change the rules. Saturday night arrived with unseasonable warmth and my first genuine excitement in months. Ness picked me up in a black BMW that purred like a satisfied cat. She looked stunning in that red dress, her hair swept up to show off diamond earrings that caught the streetlights. Ready to give them a show? She asked. Let's burn it down. The reunion was being held at the Riverside Country Club, the same place where Laura and I had our wedding reception. The irony wasn't lost on me. We could hear the music and laughter from the parking lot. Through the windows, I spotted Laura immediately. She wore a blue cocktail dress I'd never seen before and was hanging on Mark's arm like a life preserver. Mark looked exactly like what he was, a small-town real estate agent trying too hard to recapture his high school glory days. There's our targets, Ness murmured. God, he got fat. And she got desperate. We walked in, arm in arm, and I swear the room went quiet. Principal Lewis, now retired but still playing MC, grabbed the microphone. Well, look who decided to join us, David and Vanessa Carter. The name hit like a bomb. I didn't correct him. Laura's face went white, then red, then white again. Mark looked confused, then angry, then scared. Perfect. Surprise, honey, I called across the room, raising my glass of champagne. Hope you don't mind that I brought a date. The crowd buzzed with excitement. Nothing like a good scandal to liven up a reunion. Ness worked the room like the professional she was, charming old classmates and dropping subtle hints about our relationship. Within 30 minutes, half the room believed we'd been secretly married for years, and the other half thought Laura and I were getting divorced. David? Laura cornered me by the bar, her voice shaking with fury. What the hell is this? This is me having fun at our high school reunion. You remember fun, right? That thing you've been having with Mark behind my back? I don't know what you're talking about. I pulled out my phone and showed her one of the screenshots. Her face crumpled. It's not what it looks like. A hotel room isn't what it looks like? That's fascinating, Laura. Tell me more. Mark appeared at her elbow, puffing up like an angry rooster. Carter, we need to talk. No, we really don't. You're embarrassing Laura. Laura's doing a fine job of that herself. Mark grabbed my arm. Big mistake. I'd been taking Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes for 2 years, partly for fitness, and partly because I'd suspected this day might come. Take your hand off me, Mark. Or what? I twisted out of his grip and stepped back, creating space. Or I'll make sure your wife finds out about your little side business. Mark went pale. What side business? The one where you've been skimming money from your real estate deals. Amazing what people post on social media when they think no one's paying attention. It was a bluff, but Mark's reaction told me I'd hit close to home. You son of a jerk. Careful, Mark. Wouldn't want to cause a scene at our reunion. The confrontation had drawn a crowd. Phones were out, recording everything. In the age of social media, privacy was a luxury none of us could afford. Ness appeared at my side like a beautiful, vengeful angel. Problems, darling? She asked, loud enough for everyone to hear. Nothing I can't handle, sweetheart. Laura looked like she was about to explode. Stop calling her that. Why? Jealous? Ness smiled sweetly. Don't worry, Laura. I'll take good care of him. You always were a liar, Vanessa. And you always were a cheating little liar. Some things never change. The crowd gasped. This was better than reality TV. Mark tried to play peacemaker. Ladies, let's calm down. Shut up, Mark, both women said simultaneously. I decided to end this before it got completely out of hand. Laura, we'll talk at home. Enjoy your reunion. David, wait. But Ness and I were already walking away, leaving Laura and Mark to face the stares and whispers of our former classmates. In the parking lot, Ness laughed until she cried. Did you see their faces? God, that felt good. It's not over yet. What do you mean? I showed her my phone. I'd been recording the entire confrontation. Social media is forever, Ness, and Laura's principal follows her on Facebook. You're evil. I love it. We drove to a late-night diner, where Ness and I planned the final phase of my revenge. It wasn't enough to embarrass them at the reunion. I wanted consequences that would last. Mark's married, right? Ness asked over coffee and pie. 15 years, 3 kids. And Laura teaches elementary school. At a very conservative private academy. Perfect. Ness's smile was sharp as a blade. I have an idea. Monday morning, I sat in my office, putting the finishing touches on my masterpiece. The video from the reunion had been edited down to its most damaging moments. Laura admitting to the affair, Mark threatening me, both of them looking like the cheating scumbags they were. But I didn't post it publicly. That would have been too crude, too obvious. Instead, I sent it directly to 3 people. Mark's wife Jennifer, Laura's principal Dr. Morrison, and the president of the school board, who happened to be a family values conservative who took a dim view of teachers who couldn't maintain their own moral standards. Then, I waited. The first call came at 10 a.m. Laura, sobbing hysterically. David, please, you have to help me. Dr. Morrison called me into his office. Someone sent him a video. What kind of video? You know what kind. Please, I'll do anything. I'll end it with Mark. I'll go to counseling. Just please don't let them fire me. Why would I have any influence over your employment situation, Laura? Because you sent them the video. Did I? That's a serious accusation. Do you have any proof? Silence. I thought not. Maybe you should focus on explaining to your boss why you were planning to commit adultery at your high school reunion. I hung up. The second call came at noon. Mark, furious and desperate. Carter, you piece of shit, what did you do? I went to work. What did you do? Jennifer's filing for divorce. She's taking the kids. My boss is talking about firing me for moral turpitude. You destroyed my life. I didn't destroy anything, Mark. I just turned on the light so everyone could see what was already there. This isn't over. Yes, it is. I hung up on him too. The third call never came, but I didn't need it. Tom brought me updates throughout the day. Laura had been suspended pending a full investigation. Mark's real estate license was under review. Their affair was the talk of the town. By Wednesday, Laura had moved in with her mother. By Friday, she'd hired a divorce attorney. By the following Monday, she'd been terminated from her teaching position. Mark's wife took him for everything in the divorce. His real estate career was over. Last I heard, he was selling insurance in the next county. As for me, I kept the house, the business, and my dignity. Ness and I started dating for real, discovering that our fake relationship had revealed something genuine underneath. Laura called one last time, a month after the reunion. I hope you're happy, she said. I am, actually, for the first time in years. You ruined my life. No, Laura, you ruined your life. I just made sure everyone could see it. I loved you. No, you didn't. You loved the idea of having a backup plan. The difference is, I never wanted to be anyone's second choice. I hung up and blocked her number. 6 months later, Ness and I got engaged. We're planning a small wedding. Nothing fancy. Just close friends and family who actually want to be there. Sometimes people ask me if I feel guilty about what happened to Laura and Mark. The answer is simple. You can't feel guilty about telling the truth. They made their choices. I just made sure those choices had consequences. Laura wanted to relive her high school glory days. Instead, she learned that some mistakes follow you forever. Mark thought he could have his cake and eat it too. He discovered that some cakes are poisoned. As for me, I learned that revenge, served at exactly the right temperature, tastes sweeter than any victory I could have imagined.